SML is a channel known for a lot of things. I feel like this is like the third time I've used that sentence open a video, but whatever, who cares? But anyways, it's just true. SML is known for a lot of stuff, like racism, ableism, homophobia, and being one of the main reasons that Mario plushies are so fucking expensive. That isn't a joke, right? I guarantee you this thing would not be worth this much if it was not for this asshole, alright? Either way, even though they can't legally use them anymore, apparently, a lot of people still want the plushies that SML used. The exact plushies, the ones that look one-to-one with Logan's. And I, as a plush collector myself, a knower of far too much SML-related knowledge, and egotistical attention whore who wants more views, feel the need to take it upon myself to inform all of you on exactly what set or brand or whatever each SML plush is from, and how you can find them yourself, and how much it'll cost you. Consider this video your comprehensive guide to SML collecting for all the thousands of people I'm sure want to own these things. I'm not going to talk about any of the puppets they made themselves and sell on their merch website, because I mean, pretty obvious where you can find those guys. This will mostly be about the Mario plushies. It will also go over, though, some of the puppets that they didn't make themselves and just bought from other retailers, and also some other non-Mario plushies that were used at some point in the channel's history. But without further ado, let us begin on what I'm sure is going to be just an absolutely riveting journey.
Cha-ching, cha-ching, cha-ching-gery. Money, oh money, how I love thee. Cha-ching, cha-chong, cha-changaroo.
We're starting out not with an individual plush, but rather an entire plush set, that being the infamous 2003 Sine Mario Party 5 plush set. Every single plush in the set was used in at least a couple SML videos, with the only exception being the larger Yoshi variants. The set consists of 12 plushies: Mario, Luigi, Peach, Bowser, Yoshi, Toad, Donkey Kong, Wario, and large and jumbo-sized variants of the Mario and Yoshi plushies. Already just showing videos and images, you'll probably be able to recognize at least some faces. Every small-sized plush in this set was the main plushie of that character used, barring Toad, who we'll get into later. Mario and Bowser were the two they used most often, however Luigi and Peach were also used a fair bit in the earlier days. And yes, MP5 Luigi is also the cute Mario Bros. Luigi plush, which is probably why he is easily the most expensive one in the set, because cute Mario Bros. Is better than SML, argue with my fucking asshole. As I said, MP5 Toad isn't the main SML Toad plush, however this plush was used in a few videos, mainly MLSDA Season 1 before Logan got the main Toad plush, as well as being used as the stunt double in some videos, like the Party in the Tub music video. I don't believe Logan owns the larger sized Yoshi plushies, so they've never been in any videos as far as I know. However, the Marios have made a few cameos, most notably in the video Jeffy's Big Idea. The 3-foot Jumbo Mario was also used in this one random-ass TikTok Logan made once, though, and the medium one is actually the Tito Tartar Mario plush, fun fact. Now, if you know anything about the Mario plush collecting scene, you'll know that this plush set is very sought after and very pricey. There are a lot of reasons as to why that might be the case. I mean, this was Cine's second ever Mario plush line, coming right after their Mario Sunshine set, and given how these were made to tie in just one specific game, I could see them not being sold in stores for very long. But also, like, yeah, no, I think the pretty obvious answer here is just that plush tubers made them rare and expensive solely by being used in their 20-year-old shit posts. I think Mario, Luigi, and Bowser all being the rarest three kinda just proves that. But how much would it cost you to pick up the full Mario Party 5 plush line today, if that's what you really wanted to do? Let's go down the list from least expensive to most expensive. First off is Toad and Yoshi. These two are easily the most common and therefore the least pricey, although I have seen them sell for upwards of $100, but I can say that for basically every plush in this set, so. Plus, that doesn't mean it's what you should be paying for them. On average, these guys go for around $50 to $75 each, but I have seen them sell for cheaper. DK and Wario are in a similar boat, although they tend to go for a tad more. They're running around $60 to $80 each. Princess Peach goes for just a tad more than that. I usually see her sell for around $80 to $150. Side note, but the MP5 Peach plush is like genuinely my favorite piece of Mario merchandise ever made. Just look at it, dude. It's so cute, and her dress is so big and puffy. I need her. Getting up to the really pricey end, we have Bowser, who I usually see sell for around 150 to 250. Although there are a lot of bootlegs of this plush and this plush in specific for some reason, so be careful about that if you're trying to pick them up. And then finally, we have Mario and Luigi. Mario and Luigi are listed and sold for genuinely insane prices, and it seems that they just go higher and higher every year. Like, I've seen these things go for upwards of $400 just for one that isn't even in good condition. Please do not pay $400 for a singular Mario plush toy. It should only cost you about $150 to $300 each at most, which, I mean, again, I know is still very expensive for some dolls, but also I think it's better than nearly 500. So, also, in case you're wondering about the larger plushies, I have never seen the 3-foot Mario and Yoshi for sale anywhere before, so good luck tracking them down if you really want them. Although medium Yoshi tends to go for about 50-ish more than regular Yoshi, and Mario tends to go for about 50-ish less.
Where he sits with a pen and a yellow pad. He's a handsome lad. That's my boy.
The main SML Jr. plush is the 2009 Sine Bowser Jr. plushie from their Super Mario plush line. It was literally just called Super Mario. Specifying the release year of this plush is very important, as it was actually re-released in 2011 with a slight redesign. The most noticeable change is the eyebrows, with the 2009 plushies being very triangular, whereas the 2011 ones are kind of more like flat lines with some furrow at the end. Their bodies also change a bit, with 2011's being a bit chunkier and with thicker arms and legs that are kind of more spread out, whereas 2009 is more compact and like kind of boxy almost. There's a few more differences in face shape and whatnot, but those are the main things. And would you believe it, but 2009 Junior, the SML Junior, is more expensive than 2011 Junior. 2011 Junior is in the $100 to $150 price range, whereas 2009 Junior is more in the $200 to $300 price range.
You gotta start my motherfucking day, you fuck boy.
Cody Dennis Nutkiss is the 2013 Sine Kamek plush, also from the Super Mario plush line. This plush thankfully isn't super hard to track down, nor that expensive, comparatively speaking at least, running you only around $50 to $100. This is also where we started to get the plushies that I own. I got my Cody for I think like $35 if I remember correctly, back like 2 or 3 years ago, and he's in really good condition, so honestly not a bad deal if you ask me. As a little bonus, the SML Ken doll is the Toy Story 3 Ken, only released in I believe this made for each other 2-pack set with Barbie. It'll cost you around $200 in box and $50 to $100 ish out of box depending on the condition. I think it's very funny that Ken is like arguably more expensive than Cody.
No friends and no job, and I'd sit around with no pants on.
Again, as mentioned in the MP5 section, the main Toad plush isn't from that line, nor even from Sine, but rather SML Toad is the 2009 Goldie Toad plush, which also just happens to be the same set the Koopa plush used for Joseph is from. These plushies also got re-releases, however, in 2012. I believe those are actually the ones that I own, but shh, no one tell.
Don't tell anyone.
The two Toads look virtually identical, however you can tell more easily with Koopa, the main difference being that the 2009 plush has cardboard in its feet so it can stand up kinda, but the 2012 plush doesn't. These two are also pretty cheap. Toad only goes for like $10 to $20, and Koopa, who is slightly more expensive due to being more recognizable as SML Joseph, goes for about $25 to $50, maybe like $75 at most. The 2012 plushies are always less expensive than the 2009 plushies though.
I don't know where Jeffy's at. What's up, Nick?
Black Yoshi, or Ya Boy Dougie as he's referred to as now, is the 2006 Sine Yoshi's Island DS Black Yoshi plush. This one was a bit harder to find given how most Yoshi plushies look almost the exact same, but that might just be like a me issue or something, I don't fucking know. The Yoshi's Island DS plush set doesn't go for too much, however Black Yoshi is the most expensive one, again, likely due to Logan. I don't see many of these for sale, however when I do they're usually around the $30 to $50 price range, maybe a little bit more. Rosalina is probably the easiest plush to track down today, since she's the only one still in production technically. Rosalina is the 2014 Cine plush, first released as a part of their Super Mario 3D World plush wave. However, this plush was once again re-released and is sold in stores today as the All-Stars Collection Rosalina. The plush didn't change at all, I don't believe, and because of that, it should only run you around like 20 bucks, although if you want to be a plush collection purist, the 2014 one, that's more in the like $30 to $40 price range. Although I will admit, it is a bit hard to find listings of that Rosalina plush specifically, since it looks like 1-to-1 with the All-Stars plush, so take that number with a grain of salt.
Mama? Mama Luigi?
Alright, time for the moment I'm sure you've all been waiting for. I'm sure ever since the Mario Party 5 segment, at least one of you was thinking to yourself, wait a minute here. If that's where Luigi plush comes from, then where does the other Luigi plush come from? And now I will answer that. The world-renowned character of That's Mama Luigi to You, Mario, is the small-sized 2004 Kelly Toy Luigi plush. This plush pisses me off personally just because of how expensive it is. If you didn't believe any of their plushies talked about today are rare solely because of this channel, this will be the one to convince you, alright? For some context here, I own a Kelly Toy Mario plush. It is in pretty good shape, he's about a foot tall, and I paid just a little over $30 for it, which maybe is just a bit more than what they tend to sell for, but whatever, who cares? You wanna know what's the price of the cheapest Kelly Toy Luigi plush I could find sold on eBay? $70. It looks like fucking that. The cheapest one that's in any kind of usable condition was $150, which is pretty fair, actually. It's quite good, actually. Although it seems the larger size ones sell for less than the smaller ones, again, likely due to SML using the small one. Anyways, I really don't know how to give an accurate price range for this one, since I always see them sell for like wildly different prices. Sometimes one that's in perfect shape will sell for like $20, and then sometimes one that looks like an ashtray cum rag will sell for the price of the monthly rent. So I'll just say expect to pay anywhere from like $100 to $300-ish for a good condition Mama Luigi.
It's the Nut Shack. It's the Nut Shack.
That just about does it for all the major Mario plush characters. However, before we get into talking about the puppets, I want to just briefly speed through a few of the lesser known or lesser used yet still somewhat iconic plushies from the channel's history. The original Mario in the oldest videos before looking out the MP5 plush is the BDNA Wing Cap Mario plush, which only runs you like $15 to $25-ish. The Sonic plush used in a few videos is the Jazzwares Modern Sonic plush, and is actually quite rare, usually going for around $45 to $100. A lot of the plushies used are just like random like side characters, or just like random Mario plushies, also from the early 2010s Super Mario plush wave. I'm not going to go into specifics for each of them, since none of them are like super expensive or hard to find or anything, and I don't think anything will cost you more than like $20 each. SML Shrek is the 2004 Hasbro Shrek 2 Jumbo plush, and due to its age and size, it'll actually run you about like $50-ish. Woody was a bit hard to track down, since there's a lot of Woody dolls there that look almost the exact same, but I believe he's the 2010 Thinkway Toys Woody doll release for the Toy Story 3. I think he's the collection series Woody, I don't fucking know. Anyways, he's actually decently rare. He'll run you like $50 to $100-ish or more, maybe. The iconic character of Mr. Pig is a 1995 Burger King Toy Story 2 ham puppet that came as a meal toy, and it's also fairly cheap, only costs you around like $5 to $15-ish. And finally, Tony the Tiger, who's in like 3 videos, is I think is a really random and obscure plushie. I have no clue if Logan got it, but he's a 2004 Kellogg's Hockey Tony the Tiger plush specifically, and is also fucking impossible to find. I have literally never seen one for sale before ever, so let's just say that he's like fucking a bajillion $1 million there. I shouldn't have tried to do a speed run that part. You probably can understand a fucking word that I said, but whatever, who cares anyways. Other than Juniper, the people who make all of the original characters for Logan's videos, there are 2 main companies that supply Mr. 30acre with his puppets, those being Melissa and Doug and Sunny Toys. Some of these characters are a lot harder to price, so apologies for that, but I will try my best. Starting off, we have the Melissa and Doug puppets. Melissa & Doug is the company that made Chef Pee-Pee, Brooklyn Guy, Karen, Simmons, a bunch of other random side characters, but those are their most notable puppets. These puppets are still sold today, however, the ones made currently look very different to the ones from 14 years ago, so if you don't care about perfect accuracy, then you can just buy the Brooklyn Guy and Chef Pee-Pee on Amazon for like $25 each. But if you want exact replicas, then you'll need to look for the 2011 releases of the puppets. Chef Pee-Pee is their 2011 Chef puppet, and Brooklyn Guy and all his various brothers are the firefighter puppet. Simmons is their construction worker puppet, which is also where Brooklyn Guy's black shirt comes from, and Karen is their mermaid puppet. Brooklyn Guy's various outfits come from other just random Melissa & Doug puppets also, so there's that. All of these exact 2011 releases are kind of hard to come by since most people didn't properly preserve the random-ass firefighter puppet they got 15 years ago, and some of them, like Simmons, were never re-released, so it'll cost you like $100 to $200 per puppet, potentially more for good condition ones. Secondly is the Sunny Toys puppets. Sunny Toys make characters such as Mr. Goodman, Richard Goodman, Benjamin Goodman, both of Cody's parents, Jackie Chu, Screwball, and a lot of others. Just like Melissa & Doug, these puppets are still sold today, but the ones made now don't look anything like the originals, so while you can still buy these newer ones for cheaper prices, if you want accurate puppets, you'll need to pay a fair bit more. I don't actually know for sure when some of these puppets were released, or how to find them, but I know Mr. Goodman is probably the easiest one to track down since he's probably their most well-known puppet. He's the 2005 cop puppet, which is why he was a police officer in some earlier videos, although they did sell this same puppet in other outfits. He'll run you around $100 to $200 for a larger one, and the smaller size, which is just Richard, will only cost you like $25 to $50-ish actually. Jackie Chu is easily the hardest to find, but he is the 2003 Prince puppet. What he's the prince of, I have no idea, but I have never seen one of these for sale before that looks quite like the OG. I do know somebody who owns one though, that being my good buddy and pal, the Chef puppet, so I decided to ask him how much he got his for, and he said $300. So I guess expect to pay around like $250 to $300-ish in that sort of price range for one if you find one, I guess. I'm not gonna go through every single puppet this company made that SML uses because there's a lot of them, and like, if you just really want the fucking Super D puppet that badly, you can do the research yourself, okay?
Let's meet Jeffrey, shoots dope lefty, yelling.
There is one more puppet company, quote-unquote, that used to make stuff for SML, that being the creator of the iconic original Jeffy puppet. Jeffy is a custom handmade puppet originally made as a one-of-a-kind gift for Logan's 21st birthday, with the puppet's creator being Evelinka Puppets. I hope I pronounced that right. Unlike the other puppet manufacturers, though, Evelinka isn't some huge company, but rather is just one woman making each and every puppet by herself by hand, meaning no two will look exactly like each other. She does, however, sell her own Jeffy puppets on her website, and they'll run you anywhere from $288 to $525. $288 is the price for these small ones, which are only like 2 inches shorter than the larger ones. So like I don't know, I feel like the smaller ones are kind of the better deal. Gotta be honest with you. She also sells puppets of other original SML characters she made, such as Phoebe, Scooter, Nancy, Atso, Rose's parents, my wife, and Jacques-Pierre Francois, all for similar prices. She also has these baby Goodman replica puppets that look... yup. Now, I understand that price tag might be a turnoff for a lot of people, especially since the Jeffies don't really look anything like SMLs, and yeah, that's understandable. But also at the same time, these puppets are, again, made one of a kind by hand by just one lady from scratch. So I mean, I can kind of understand it, but also, I mean, yeah, I think $500 is a bit much. Also, I think the reason that Jeffy's made new today don't look anything like the one Logan uses is because the only reason Jeffy looks like that is because Logan and their crew members have made modifications to the Jeffy puppet after it arrived. It also probably just generally has been worn down by time and use in videos. I think everyone who's ever owned a toy before will know that just generally playing with them can cause them to sort of like shift and change change shape and whatnot. So, and even then, if you don't want to pay the price for a premium Jeffy replica straight from the source, you can always buy one of the SML merch Jeffys for a much cheaper price, albeit much worse quality, and same with Phoebe and Scooter. There's also these bootlegs of Jeffy's parents that actually look pretty good. Like I like them. You can get those if you want to.
I'm a chud, I'm a chud, I'm a fat little chud, playing League all day until the sun comes up. I'm a chud, I'm a chud.
Alright, I think there is no better way to wrap this up than to add up the total cost to get all of this shit. We're gonna use the highest to maximum price range I gave everything and add them together to get a general estimate that it also probably include tax and shipping and whatnot. So obviously you could always find these plushies for cheaper from, you know, different sources, you know, so using the like maximum highest price I gave gives us a nice little cushion that hopefully will also include like shipping prices and tax prices and all that stuff I didn't factor in earlier. So to buy the entire Mario Party 5 plush set, Junior, Cody, Joseph, Toad, Black Yoshi, Rosalina, Shrek, Woody, Mr. Pig, Wingcap Mario, Brooklyn Guy, Chef Pee-Pee, Goodman, Jackie Chu, Jeffy, and whatever else I gave an explicit price for, it'll cost you just a little over $4,100. Now again, that price may or may not include shipping and tax costs. I don't really know, but I would still say be prepared to pay probably at least another $100 or so on top of that. But yeah, that's the video. And in conclusion, Logan should totally become an eBay reseller if his channel ever gets fully demonetized again. Okay, I swear, dude, he'd make millions.
Excuse me, sir, there must be someone you've confused before. If I could see someone who knew me or someone in uniform, I go to church on Sunday, truly usually more, screaming at the angels while they push them through the door. Excuse me, sir, there must be someone you've confused before. If I could see someone who knew.
Boom. Mario and Luigi.